Alright, so Wagwan people, it's KMD back in here again for another one of Rant Radio. And look, I don't even have a rant today. I'm just coming in here to kind of just talk some shit. To just discuss with some people who have been rubbing up the wrong way for the last couple weeks. For the last couple of videos I've posted on my channel. So I'm here right now to break down just a minuscule amount of shit about the person that I am and what I believe in and just what I think. So I'm going to break some shit down for the people who call me a race beta. First of all, for these people who call me a race beta, which is typically white people, I am not racist. I'm not. I just have a love for my black people. So typically a black person having love for their black people is considered a racist or a race beta, because I speak of injustice that happens to black people worldwide, which is facts, and I'm a race beta. So to the white people who call me a race beta, who call me a racist, do you know anything of walking your dog to your local shop and being stopped and assaulted by 8 police officers, being lifted up like a surfboard after being handcuffed and fighting with these 8 police officers for like 20 minutes, being picked up like a surfboard and put in the back of a van and driven off with your dog still chained to the lamppost? Do you know anything about that as a white person? Also, do you also know anything about walking that very same said Rottweiler dog when he was a puppy at 2 o'clock at night in the early hours of the morning and being stopped by a random Ford Focus car with 4 plainclothes police officers talking about they're looking for a black man with a knife in a predominantly black area? Do you know anything about that, Mr. White Man who calls me a racist race beta? Do you know anything about that? Do you know anything about having to spend most of your days going into college and being stopped and searched by the police nearly every single fucking day of your teenage adolescent life? Do you know anything about that? Typically not. Typically not. So me as a black man, speaking of the injustice that happens to black people in this world, I think I'm well within my rights to speak about that shit. I think I am well within my rights to speak about that shit. As a white person, I would like for you to actually speak up about this shit too. Because we had this Black Lives Matter movement that we now have pushed out here, which is also funded by Jules Soros. I don't fuck with Black Lives Matter like that. I agree with the slogan of Black Lives Matter because what is happening to black people worldwide, I agree with the slogan. I agree with it. But then some people felt to get out of pocket. Some people felt to get out of pocket and say all lives matter. But all lives matter. Now as a black person, you kind of sit down and think to yourself, all lives matter. Well, that's the whole point of us speaking about Black Lives Matter, because if all lives matter, we're trying to show you right now, we're trying to show the world right now that clearly in America with 3Ks and here in England also, let's not get this shit fucked up. It happens here in England, but more silently. So we're trying to basically show you right now the injustice that is going on. We're trying to show you this shit, and you can't see this, but yet you come out and say all lives matter. And all we're trying to say is that all lives do matter, but clearly right now black lives don't matter. This is what we're trying to say. But to everyone else, oh, you're a race beta. Oh, you're a racist. You're a Black Panther radicalist. This is the shit I have to go through. And it's amazing to me that people still sit down and actually think like this. But then at the same time, it's not amazing. I have to be real. Like, it's amazing, and at the same time, it's not amazing because I know what people think today. And the majority of people today literally think the same shit. We're getting ready. Well, not even we are getting ready. Over in America, they're getting ready to celebrate July the 4th, which is America's independence from the British colony. 1776, I think it happened. Please correct me, anyone. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. But I think it was 1776 that the 13 American colonies in the United States of America with 3 Ks, let's not get this shit fucked up. They gained their independence from the British colony in 1776. But during this time, black people were still slaves. We were still being lynched. We were still being raped. We were still being murdered. We were still being castrated. We were still being set on fire like a barbecue and having pictures taken and sent around like postcards. This shit is facts. I'm not fabricating. This shit is facts. I've got many pictures. Many pictures. So over in America right now, black people are again getting ready to celebrate another monetary fabricated holiday, which has nothing to do with them anyway, considering the fact that black men, black women and black children are still being killed and assaulted by the police force today in America. And yet you're still going to go out and celebrate with this very same country that doesn't give a fuck about your black ass, that considers you a black person 3/5 of a human. This is what I was talking about with the whole Father's Day shit. Like a week before Father's Day, all of London was completely in uproar. Everyone was upset, angry, sad about Grenfell Tower, and then a week later we all go out and spend money on Father's Day, giving money right back to the very same establishment that we've just realized, that most of you have just realized clearly doesn't like your ass, clearly doesn't fuck with you, doesn't give a fuck about you. But you still went out to spend money in this very same establishment. You still went out to make them more rich. Where is the sense? Wagwan for our thought process. What the fuck? So now in America, I can almost guarantee you're going to have thousands of black people dressed from head to toe in the American flag, knowing that they, well, not even knowing, or some of them are knowing that their great-great-grandparents were still slaves, were still picking cotton in the fields. Wagwan for the thought process. So I'm just here to talk to these race baiters again. I am not a racist. Like, what in the fuck? I'm just a black man who has love for his black culture. I'm just a black man who knows about real black history, not this fabricated shit that I was taught in school. I had to re-educate myself on some shit that's going on in the world. I had to re-educate myself from other people who are already fully educated. People like Akala, people like Malcolm X, people like Fred Hampton, people like Huey P. Newton, people like Rosa Parks and your Harriet Tubmans, Tupacs. These are the people I had to relearn from, because what I thought I learned in school is bullshit. So like I said, I'm just a black man who has love for his black people and his black culture. And I really think it's fucked up the injustice that goes on in the world against not just black people, but people of color in general. But I'm a race beta. Alright, fine. Cool. Let's move along. To the people who believe I am a person who dislikes Christianity or any religion, let me tell you something right now. I used to be a Christian. I was christened when I was a baby. I went to a Catholic primary school. I learnt for myself as I grew older that religion is bullshit. I'm sorry to put this out there. Religion is bullshit. I was speaking with my boy about this as well in the early hours of this morning, which is basically to some people last night. But I was speaking to my boy about this again, and religion is just a divisive thing that we've been given by man, written by man, to keep us in check, to keep us segregated, to keep us divisive, to make sure we don't stay unified on just one simple thing: the evolvement of the fucking human race. But because we have all of these religions and everything else, we are too up in arms about what we believe and what our religion says. As a human being, from the moment you are born, you should already innately know wrong from right. I'm sorry, this is just it. There is a religion and there is a way of living. That's the way I go by. Not religion, way of living. If you say it fast enough, it almost sounds like religion. Religion, way of living. Religion, way of living. Religion, it almost sounds like the same shit. I'm gonna be real to you. So I spoke about Christianity in one of my last videos, and apparently I had a few Christians up in my comments and up in my emails really getting at me. Once again, some people again telling me to burn in hell. Alright, cool. I mean, I'm already pretty much burning in hell right now on this very same earth that we fucking call a society today. But alright, cool. Fair enough. But so they're telling me to burn in hell because I know about the true history of Christianity. I truly believe, mainly to black people, like mainly black people should know this, but I truly believe that everyone, white, Chinese, whoever, I truly believe that you should all watch Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3 and 4. This shit will bring you up on history and really put you up on game. Like, that's the only thing you need. Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3 and 4. So apparently now I hate Christians, I have a love for Muslims. I'm just a person who, first of all, after loving my black culture and loving my black people, second of all, I'm a humanitarian. I truly care about the planet and the people on this planet. I would like for everybody to get along. Race, ethnicity, regardless. I would like for everybody to get along. I would like for borders to be abolished. I would like for the whole fucking planet to get along with animals and nature. But I know that shit is not fucking going to happen, and it is not fucking possible in this world we live in today. I would like for that shit to happen, but I know it's not going to happen. I'm a humanitarian, like I said, but I'd prefer to keep myself away from most people. I can learn to agree to disagree also. I can. But many people today don't know how to agree to disagree. Once someone has their own set of opinions and views, everybody else is wrong. So I'm just here to speak to a few people, just like briefly about what I truly believe in. Just some things that I truly believe in, because like I said, my head is way out there. I believe in many paranormal, supernatural shit that the mind today cannot comprehend and will not ever comprehend until possibly the day we fucking die. That's the person that's what I believe in. I truly believe in all of this shit, supernatural shit, paranormal shit. I believe in all of it, and I truly believe that we will never ever fully comprehend anything in this world until we pass on, until we go into the essence. That's what I believe. So look, I'm not going to stay in here long because I would rather do a live Q&A for this shit, so you guys can just ask me any questions you like and I'll answer them to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my abilities, as 100 as possible. So I'm not going to stay in here for too long. I just wanted to come in here and chat some shit to some of these people calling me a racist and a race beta. Shit is amazing to me, like, and it's just the same old shit for any black person that comes out here and starts speaking to the world about the injustice to their black people. Colin Kaepernick is a prime example. Look at him right now. He can't even get signed by any team in the NFL, and he's now a full-time activist, quit from the NFL because he's standing up for the injustice of his black people in America with 3Ks. Let's not get this shit fucked up. All because he didn't stand up for the national anthem of America, which is also a racist anthem, if you know your history, written by a slave master. My name's KMD, people. This is Rant Radio, and I'm out. Peace.